on. It appears to be on. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning show. This is, of course, our final show of the year. Very exciting. We'll look back. We'll look forward. We'll look around in circles. It's going to be a good one. We'll have Jeff Macke stop by. Steve specifically requested Jeff because, I don't know, he said he wants to buy a Peloton. Not Peloton, the stock, but I think he said a Peloton. So, I don't know. We'll talk to Jeff about winners and losers of the year. We'll have Kenny stop by. We'll have Riley stop by. And that's it. It's the last day of the year. Today is Warren Buffett's last day as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. That's exciting. And we'll see what you guys want to talk about, all right? If you have any ticket requests, whatever, drop them in chat. It's one of those days, right? Let's bring the guys out. Here we go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy Miami Day, JC.
Big game today. This is the biggest game for me in, as sad as it is to say,
20 years.
20 years.
Over 20 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Over 20 years. Big game today. You think we got a shot?
What's his name? Quarterback's got to show up because he's either on or off, and when he's off, he's scary bad.
You can't miss those throws. He had a nice throw last time, wide open, just missed them. Can't miss those throws, especially against a defense like that.
Nope.
9.5 is the spread.
I saw it as low as 7.5. It must have gone. It must have ticked back up in favor of Ohio State. I thought it was low.
Oh, I haven't looked in a while. You might be right. It may have moved a little bit, but
hey, if I could get him for within a if I could get Miami getting like 10 points all day.
Yeah, betting is a tax on the stupid. So we could just enjoy the game like normal people. We don't have to like put money on it like a bunch of idiots.
You could, and it's a lot of fun.
You could. It's for dumb people. So Malachi Tony, watch this kid. This kid might be. I was talking to Stephen Weitzel yesterday, who hates the Miami Hurricanes, and Stephen Weitzel was talking about how Malachi Tony might be the best player in all of college football. This kid was 17 years old when the season started.
Well, I'm rooting for you, JC.
So
Good luck tonight. The game is at what, 7:30?
He breaks one. Look out. He's going to break one. He's going to break one. Malachi Tony, even if you don't know anything about Miami or you hate Miami or you love Miami or you don't know anything about football, turn the game on tonight just to watch this kid.
Yeah.
Just to watch. Yeah. He's so good. Like,
he's one of those.
To watch this kid play football. He's so
Barry Sanders-like in a way. He's like
a Santana Moss, but better. Yeah. He's like if Santana Moss and Devin Hester had a baby.
There you go.
I'm telling you right now.
Those are old school references. Okay.
Well,
let's talk.
I watched those kids grow up and turn into superstars. I'm telling you right now.
Miami,
this one's better than both of those guys. I'm telling you right now.
Miami is the best at that kind of player. You just said it. We've had so many over the years.
Yeah. No, it's great. All right, let's go, Cubs, baby. Let's go. What do we do? A little state of the markets, eh?
Yeah, please. Finally.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have this morning? We have absolutely nothing going on again. Dow 0.0 this morning, Mr. Blutarski, 48,618. Shout out Fibonacci. S&P 500, also 0.0, 6940. NASDAQ 100, 0.0. A lot of zeros across the board. Ain't nothing happening today on New Year's Eve. 25,660 for the NASDAQ 100 futures. 30-year bond futures down 20 bips, 115.5. Crude oil up 1%, 58.5. Copper down almost 2%, 567. Gold down 1%, 43.43. Silver down 8%, getting the shit kicked out of it, down 8%. Wow, that's 6 points. 71.61. And the VIX, 14.5, up slightly. Still just under 15. Over in funny money land, got some action. Though Bitcoin up 250 points, 88,650 for BTC. You got Ethereum, 29.85, up 0.5% this morning. You got Solana, 126 almost, up 0.75%. Total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, 2.96 trillion. How do we feel about this morning's futures?
Can you do the precious metals again?
Precious metals. We have gold down 1%, silver down 8%, platinum down 10%, palladium down almost 6%.
Oh.
Long Michael Saylor, short Peter Schiff.
You just said it, not me. A little something from the cryptos too, you say?
Little bit. These things, just mathematically, I could still picture Louise Yamada. Shout out to Louise Yamada. So many good lessons over the year. You know what she says? She goes, JC, they got to stop going down before they can start to go up. That's what she would say.
Louise Yamada, the all-time best at bases, maybe.
Well, she learned it from Alan Shaw, and I asked Alan Shaw before he passed where he learned it from, and he learned it from his predecessors who were trading in the 30s and the 40s. So this goes back, the bigger the base, the higher in space. That goes back 100 years.
So good.
So good.
So some of these bases could go back 100 years,
Some of them, that Newmont Mining, that Japan, that Berkshire Hathaway underperformance. Shout out Warren Buffett retiring after his inability to outperform the S&P 500 going back decades. Could have just bought the SPY and played golf, Uncle Warren. Am I being a hater? I'm being a little bit of a hater.
I don't know if that's true.
You don't know if that's true? Why don't we check the data? We have the data. Go look. Slide 3.
Spencer, is it me or is he extra mean this week?
Am I being a hater on Warren Buffett? I love Warren Buffett.
I don't
inability to outperform for so long.
This is no.
And this is price only. This isn't even on a total return basis, because remember, Berkshire Hathaway doesn't pay dividends because Warren Buffett thinks you're an idiot and he could do way better with that money than you can, right? So keep that in mind. So this is price only, and really the same levels it was at 20 years ago.
Well, I'll just tell you, recently there's been some big underperformance there, because if you look at the other largest components of XLF, they're all making new highs. In fact, major breakouts for the big banks.
Yeah.
And then Berkshire looks the way it does.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, I love Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and the whole thing. And, I just, I'm mostly just hating on these assholes that were telling me over the last couple of years, the nerve of me to think I'm smarter than Warren Buffett raising all this cash. And for me to think that it's better to buy stocks when Warren Buffett is raising all that cash. I'm mostly hating on them. Maybe if Berkshire Hathaway wasn't raising so much cash in the middle of a raging bull market, maybe they wouldn't be underperforming so bad. Maybe.
It's possible. Regardless, Rick, can you just throw up slide 6? Can we just give the guy his flowers?
Why do you think?
All right, enough hating on the guy's
enough hating on the greatest investor of our lives and probably all time.
Yeah, I don't know. David Tepper, Stan Druckenmiller. I don't know. You're going to give it to Uncle Warren? I don't know.
I think there are better ones, to be fair, at least in recent history.
From $18 to $741,000 is pretty good.
1800s.
Yeah, good. I think that's good.
I heard some sort of headline yesterday about Michael Burry, who can't seem to shut his mouth, out here comparing Geico and Molina Healthcare. I hear that right?
Oh, I did not hear that.
I think.
I
heard that. Sometimes I dream up news headlines. I come to find they didn't actually happen. Others happen in the metaverse and they're just not real. So you do have to be careful with the news.
Anyway, Warren Buffett, congratulations. The guy, he took his stake in Berkshire in 1964. He didn't become CEO until 1970. But just the greatest to ever do it. Nothing more needs to be said.
5 years.
Fun fact about Warren Buffett, buying Berkshire Hathaway was the worst investment he ever made.
Well, that's what he said.
You're just on one, huh?
No. JC's being a one. That's what he himself has said.
Yeah, Warren Buffett says that buying Berkshire he didn't buy it because it was a good investment. He did it to spite the CEO. He was beefing with the guy at the time, and he bought it. Had he not acquired Berkshire Hathaway when he did, his net worth would be exponentially higher.
This is a pretty good chart. Thanks, Rick.
Why wouldn't you? He just zoomed out on the same one.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you rename your company? Why would you leave it the old name?
Because it might be one of those things where he just did it to remind himself not to be an asshole and just invest in good companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what's his face with the Luna tattoo? Why did he leave it as a reminder?
Yeah.
Like Dr. Dre, when Dr. Dre sold Beats, Tim Cook told him, don't tell anybody. That's the one condition. Keep your mouth shut. And, they partied that night. And I forget which rapper was shooting a video and was like, oh, first billionaire rapper, blah, blah, blah. And Tim Cook got a hold of it. In fact, it was Diddy who called him and told him that it was going viral.
What are you talking about?
Listen to this. When he sold Beats, Tim Cook said, don't tell anybody. And sure enough, they got drunk. And Dre told everybody, or the video suggested that Dre was the first billionaire rapper. And so Tim Cook called off the deal, called him to his office, and took $200 million off the deal just to prove a point so that Dr. Dre was actually not the first billionaire rapper. They still got the deal done, but $200 million less because Dre couldn't keep his mouth shut. And so Jay-Z became the first billionaire rapper. Because of that. So just good lesson.
That sounds wow. All right.
Keep your mouth shut is the solution. So just fun facts. JC just dropping fun facts all day here.
Stock market rap history. That's what you got here.
Stock market rap history. That's right.
Wow.
Good call. I like what you did there. Yeah.
Really good.
All right.
The Galaxy, speaking of Mike Novogratz, sure looks like a top to me.
What about Coinbase, MicroStrategy?
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of this.
And they're flirting with disaster, but they're not breaking down.
We'll see. I mean, Coinbase is at its lowest level since what, May?
It wasn't Exhibit. It was another one. It was like TI or something like that. I don't know. I don't think it was TI. It was one of these like third tier rappers.
Look. I'm not saying that the end isn't likely near for these cryptos to the downside, but you can't say these charts look good. I mean, I'm flipping through my crypto watch list. They all look terrible, like zeros. Look at something like Mara, lowest level since 23.
Aren't you the one who's always hating on Mara?
The worst one. It's easy to hate. But, I mean, none of them, it's hard to say anything good about any of the traditional Bitcoin miners. Coinbase is no different. Galaxy is no different. You lost the treasury companies a long time ago. I mean, you got the data center stuff, but
the treasury companies, the Ponzi schemes.
I was explaining to Patrick on the phone, like we were talking about exactly how it works. Very simple. And he goes, "So it is a Ponzi scheme."
I mean, what do you want from me? And then you got all these people who are running a Ponzi scheme telling you that they're bullish on the crypto. What do you think they're going to say? You think they're going to say they're bearish on the crypto they're running a Ponzi scheme about? Like, what's the matter with you people?
They're not lying about what they're doing. I guess that would be the one major difference.
Right. They're telling you it's a Ponzi scheme. No, yeah. There's full transparency on the Ponzi. So
they're taking the money from here, and we're going to put it over here.
Yeah.
And then convince you it's the best investment
leverage
strategy ever.
We're just going to dilute the shit of our shareholders. We're going to sell more, right? And then you guys are going to give us money, and then we're going to buy more of this junk, and then we're going to keep doing that over and over again.
And for 2 years, the market was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out to, what was his name? Ed Ponzi? Was that his name?
I don't know.
Charles.
Jimmy Ponzi?
Charles.
Cornelius Ponzi? There were a lot of Corneliuses back then. I got something.
Yeah, that does
right. Throw up the old slide too.
Is it me? Wait. There was just no one talking about crypto right now, and I don't mean Bitcoin. I mean anything.
That's why we're buying.
No one.
That's why we're buying.
I don't think
no
you
one's
buy
talking
it
about it. I'm seeing zero.
No.
One green candle, please. One green candle from you, cryptos.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong. Throw up slide 2, please.
One that I could see from a couple steps back.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something out there, ladies and gentlemen. Mathematically, you cannot have a market crash or a bear market of any kind.
Here we go.
Without the prices of stocks falling.
Shout out Charles Dow.
Shout out Charles Dow. Shout out Math. Shout out Math. I was talking to Brian Shannon yesterday
Also
about
good.
sacred geometry. True story.
Wow.
True story. Me and Brian Shannon talking sacred geometry as I was trying to. There it is.
He likes it.
He's doing a rewrite of his original book, by the way. The original book, he's doing a rewrite. So shout out Brian Shannon, who I believe is coming to Miami in a couple of weeks.
I heard this, and I don't believe it, but I'm excited.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Right?
He says there's no snow out in Colorado, so he's like, fuck it, I'll go to Miami with you guys.
Well, good for Mary for asking, because she's like, do you think Brian will come? I was like, no shot.
Brian sponsored her for the CMT, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
I think he sponsored me too. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. I'm such an old man. So stocks need to fall. People are like, oh, this is another great financial crisis, JC. You'll see, you perma bull piece of shit.
No one's saying that. No one.
They're calling me perma bull. Yes, they are. You're not, because you know better.
No one said that to you.
Okay.
Who is saying that?
Oh, this is 1999 all over again, JC. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. I'm telling
JC,
you. Those are
just the voices in your head.
No, it's on the internet. They're hating. So I went back and I looked, right? Because all you have to do is look, right? And as it turns out, there were so many stocks falling at the end of 1999 before the dot-com bubble crash. So many. Mm-hmm. Very few stocks going up. Trannies peaked in early May of 99.
Yeah.
Down they went. Down goes Frazier, right? And then
you make a good point.
And then in 08, before the great financial crisis, while the trannies were still going up into the summer of 08, the industrials had already peaked in October of 07. Financials, homies, getting crushed. There were so many stocks going down. Nothing was going up. I remember Josh Brown very specifically in 08 being like, dude, if you're not buying Research in Motion, Amazon, Google, and I think Apple, don't even bother coming into work. Those were like his exact words, right? He was like, don't even come into work. That's what he was saying. And what he was saying indirectly was that market breadth was shitty, right? To say the least. Right? Everything was already falling apart. Well, here we are. You got every single sector in the market above its 200-day moving average, except for consumer staples. You got 2/3 of stocks on the New York Stock Exchange in uptrends above their 200-day moving average.
That's right.
You got new highs in Asia, new highs in Europe, new highs in fucking Africa, right? Latin America, new highs. And then you got the industrials and the trannies both making new highs. The industrials are going to close today. New all-time high monthly close, new all-time high quarterly close. And the trannies are right there too. Pennies away from doing the same. So I ask you, Mr. Steve Strazza.
Good.
Are all these stocks falling like they were in 99 and 08? Or is it the opposite and there's just so much winning going on?
I think we've seen more breadth improvement than deterioration over the short and even maybe intermediate term now for a couple months. So that's a positive. I think all of the things that you just said are true, but it's a weighing exercise, right? So I'll kick it back and ask you, you can't weigh the new highs in Peru and Africa as much as you would something like XLK or the NASDAQ 100.
Yeah.
And you're not getting that confirmation.
On the NASDAQ 100?
From the biggest, most important stocks, right? We talk about transports, industrials, international. Good. But where's large cap tech, right? XLK peaked months ago now. Same with the NASDAQ 100.
XLK is about to close the quarter at the highest levels ever for the third consecutive quarter.
Come on, man. Look at the daily chart. What are you doing?
Qs are about to close the quarter at the highest levels ever for the third consecutive quarter.
What are you saying to me right now?
I'm saying that the trends are not down.
You talking to me about quarterly candles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw up the new slide 2.
You should
throw up the new slide 2. This one's a big one. This one's a big one.
Are we going to do the annual candles next?
Jack says, did I talk like this in early 2022? No, I did not, because in early 2022, stocks were in a bear market, and I was in college. Okay. I didn't start in this business until the following summer of 2003. So I was trying to throw good parties. That's it. Look at trannies. Look at that. Zoom in on that. Take out our ugly mugs and look at that. I'm just kidding. We don't have ugly mugs. Me and Steve Strazza, come on. Look at that.
It's great. Look, this is
tell me that chart looks bearish.
You have an innovative style.
Innovative
quarterly
style.
charts. This is different. It's a nice looking chart, JC.
Back in the day, I was not a quarterly guy, and I was dumb.
Yeah. Well, so these charts help you make money over what time? Before you die? Sometime before you die?
I'm looking at weeks and months. I'm trying to make money this quarter. How about yourself?
I don't know if you get there with a quarterly chart, though.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Whenever in doubt, zoom out is how I learned it. Shout out Brian Shannon, by the way. That's a Brian Shannon quote. Pretty sure that's a Brian Shannon quote, right? Whenever in doubt, zoom out.
I don't know. Patrick would know.
Is there a more bullish? You said Patrick would know? Patrick would know. Is there a more bullish chart in the world than the trannies breaking out of this quarterly base?
Look, the truth is, if you do look at these on dailies, they look great too. So I'm just pointing out that some of the key indexes are not at new highs yet. They're not confirming at least the short-term strength just off the November lows. Even something like ARC or IWM, you really want to see making new highs here, right? I mean, S&P is kind of looking like, it could print some big failed breakout move. Same with consumer discretionary. Look at something like XLY or even Tesla.
So on that note, we have some extended trends in stocks.
Yeah.
And this is whipsaw hunting season. So when you go back and you study the beginning of bear markets and severe sell-offs, you know what you see a lot? Failed breakouts. Lots of failed breakouts. So if you are in the bear camp that we're rolling over, look for what Strazza just said. Look for the Russell 2000 to fail to hold that breakout. Look for some other whipsaws out there.
And also, those could be your trades. Those are the opportunities. These are great patterns. And the same way that we search out these scoop and score situations in bull markets, if you nail a failed breakout like this, right as the market's turning, I mean, these could be really great trades.
Now, remember, in all of those periods where markets turned with all the failed breakouts, breadth had been deteriorating massively prior to all of those failed breakouts, right?
Sure.
Currently,
I'm not shorting these.
Currently, that's not the case at all.
Talking about things that you could do,
Yeah.
My protective puts in something like XLY or IWM, if you're super long right now, that's probably a fine and pretty responsible thing to do, especially like you're saying, coming into a period where you could see some of these nice little, reaction rallies reverse pretty quickly to the downside.
All right. Strazza does not like my quarterly charts. Let's go to the opposite. Yeah. Let's go intraday to a one. Ow. Kenny Glick, the grandfather of day trading. Yeah. Bring him out. Woo.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
That's right. I see you're all ready.
I'm ready. I'm going to be walking around the mountains with my Canes gear. People are going to think I'm crazy. What else is new?
Nice.
Short-lived, and you're going to die, Kenny Glick.
Exactly. That's why we were buying this morning. My God, when you wake up in the morning and the market's red, do you get worried or do you chuckle? I chuckle because I could hear my brethren in the distance. This is the one. It's never the one.
It's never the one. And when it's the one, we'll know the difference. The VIX will be going up and UVXY won't be tanking. Speaking of UVXY, before we get into it, do you realize that when UVXY split, my friends, and I told you to short it, if you shorted it the day of the reverse split and held it to today, you just outperformed most fund managers on the planet. Congratulations, my friend. And that's just one thing. Stock was $67 after the reverse split. I told you, short yourself 1,000 shares. It'll be probably $35 roughly near the end of the year. It's at $35 at 26 cents. How you doing, friends?
How you doing?
Next year, maybe take my advice. It's a product that's built to go down. They're literally handing you the money. You just got to wait for it, my friends. And don't trade it over your head. And you cash out every 6 months. Sick.
And then what does it mean from a macro perspective? Can you explain the UVXY to people who might not be familiar?
I will explain it also, especially because I'm launching a new service because I know more about UVXY than you do for $500, Jack. So listen, this product, right, it reflects intraday fear, which even when the market crashes, you have that moment of fear. This thing explodes because it's built on S&P futures contracts and all kinds of disintegrating nastiness inside of it.
Disintegrating nastiness.
Right. So once that moment of fear dissipates, as it always does, those products inside the UVXY disintegrate, causing it to go down. That's how it's built. There's a 190-page prospectus out there that says, don't own this long term. But meanwhile, you go on the internet, there are still people from 2011 that are thinking, any day now, this thing's going to turn around. I'm going to dollar cost average my way out of it. Do you know what the split adjusted high is on UVXY now?
Oh, I'm scared to ask.
1.6 trillion. If you loved it at 1.6 trillion, Mr. Jones, you got to love it here at 35. Pick up 10,000 shares.
How do you title the account? Do you use a middle initial?
Should we send that to your home or your other home?
Should we send the confirmation to your office or the mansion?
Yes, or the mansion.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Aerotine Industries. Civilian applications, my friend.
So good. Always be closing. Always be closing.
Yeah, I know. We got to film that again. I promise my friends. We got to do it. Me, you, Strazza. We'll get Sean. We'll all get together.
Why don't you come down to Miami in a couple of weeks? Join us.
I'll send you guys a script. We'll rewrite it. We'll get a couple of new zingers in there, and let's do it, man. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right.
What's going on? When's the party starting?
Party already started. I don't know if you saw that whole dance session that we just had, right? That's what happens in parties, right? That's some bull market shit right there.
I got you.
Right? That doesn't happen in bear markets.
I know you're a wine guy. You got a bourbon? You got a bourbon? I got a lot of bourbon friends coming over. I bought a couple of different, Buffalo something or other.
Yeah, the Buffalo Trace. The kids are drinking. All the kids are drinking it. Maybe like a Blanton's. You can go Blanton's. I'm not more of an Irish whiskey kind of guy. Just give me a Jameson on the rocks. Call it a day.
Gotcha. You into the Bullet? You know about Bullet bourbon?
I used to drink a lot of whiskey like 20 years ago. Back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, I was drinking a lot of whiskey and I was drinking all that stuff. I was drinking Bullets. I was drinking Bullet Rise. I was drinking Basil Hayden. That's one that the kids like. Eagle Rare. That's another one.
How's the Fibonacci? How's the Fibonacci working out?
Dude, fantastic. We got 4 of the 6-liter bottles of the 2021 vintage, right? So this is 6 liters. That's 8 bottles in one, right? We got 235 cases of the 750s, 750 milliliters, which is a traditional. We got 10 cases of the Magnums, which are 6 bottles. A Magnum is 1.5 liters, so basically 2 bottles.
So what do you do with all this? This is just for personal consumption?
Well, I could sell it. The longer I hold on to it, the more it's worth. Right, this is like primo juice in Calistoga and Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. Like this is like, on paper, some of the best Cabernet Sauvignon in the world.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, you think I'm here to fuck around, bro?
Fuck around and find out. That's the theme of 2026, bitches. Yes.
What are we shorting? Any shorts?
Shorting? Nah, I just bought the Qs. Just sitting here with the Qs. But
can you tell me why? Can you show me why?
Yeah, sure. Show me why I'm looking for a new. Sorry. Hey, there's why. So right there, that was I was just looking at that's a 15-day chart. You see, that's the faux show right there. This is early in the morning, right? But you held prior support. But more importantly, here's just now. So again, if you know why you're buying, and we had a little fat finger right there. So after we got above fat finger, this is when I woke up. I just got in around here. There's your fat finger, Freddy. We went there, and next thing you know, we're breaking out, and we're basically ripping. So once we got through that 618 area, we were just looking to get to the orange line. Congratulations, day's over. So that's it. It's sometimes it is that easy, JC. The market generally doesn't go down anymore. So as soon as it breaks VWAP and starts breaking upper ranges, it basically gravitates to prior day VWAP, which is our special sauce at the Hit the Bid radio program. And that's where you're looking to sell. Now we just sell 80% there, and we're going to hang in there and see if we get another 2.5 points out of it. And that's going to be our day.
And any big names on the move this morning that we should have on the radar, long or short?
You know, I got to tell you something. I'm very impressed, and I don't do swing trades a lot. And this one I was trapped in. NAVN. It's an IPO that was awful. Public was so gracious about giving me some shares at $25, and the stock opened up at 22 and 22.75. But it had a faux show bro on earnings day. So I said, you know what? That looks like capitulation to me and a faux show bro. Let's buy this thing. We've been swinging it. I'm looking for a breakout on this bad boy now. So if we can get this thing over 1775, we might be looking at, 1975. Keep an eye on NAVN. Big fan. I own it. I'm talking my own thing. And, generally some of these pump and dumps today, you got to look at AFJK again. You know about this one? It's moving in 50-point increments almost every day. It's absolutely nuts. But again, if you're looking to short something, this is my candidate, but you better be careful. It's one of those pump and dumps that I'm very surprised it's got pumped now 5 individual times. And obviously it's crashed 5 individual times. So I'm looking to play that, looking to see if I can get some shorts up on this bad boy. And that's it.
All right, Mr. Kenny Glick, last day of the year. Go in there and trade with Kenny. Hitthebid.com. Put on a trade with Kenny. You don't have to dress like a Georgia Bulldog. You don't need the steel balls, You
get free stuff if you do.
You get free stuff if you do you?
Yes. And listen, if you're coming, we're going to stay open all night. Toast a couple every hour. And if you guys are drinking, G4 Reposado, if you're into the tequilas, it's my drink of choice right now. My address is, just send me some bottles. All right, man. You have a great day. Have a great year. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Go K's, baby. Go K's. Let's go. Big game tonight. Big game time. Fired up, Spencer. Fired up.
I can tell. You're very fired up.
Dude, I haven't had a game this important in over 2 decades. I'm due.
It's exciting. The anticipation is almost more fun than the game itself. So
no.
Yeah. No? All right. Hey, we got Jeff Macke in the house. I asked Jeff to compile a list of the biggest winners and losers from his universe, and he's going to talk more about that today when he goes live at 1, but he's going to tease a couple of those winners for us right now. They're in the deck slide somewhere, 14, I think. I'm not sure. Jeff, let's go. You here?
Let's go.
Are we doing this? We're doing this.
Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
I mean, this is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Mr. Macke.
Nice morning, boys.
Hey.
How are you, sir?
I'm a man doing well. Just back from Vegas, back from Zion. I've had a delightful little holiday season and getting ready for New Year's. What kind of rustic cabin are you in? I just got here. But where are you? Are you in a ski lodge or something? What's going on with
I'm up in the Poconos.
Okay. It looks nice, man. You looks like you're at the Great Wolf Lodge, like doing some water slides and stuff. It's nice.
Nah, Great Wolf Lodge, that place is private, bro. We don't go there. No. We go to Woodlock. We go to Woodlock, sir.
Yeah, that sounds quite fancy. It sounds very fancy.
It actually is a little too fancy for me, to be honest. Dude, I sat down and had lunch at the Woodlock. They bring me like 3 little pieces of steak and some rice. I look at the guy, I was like, what is this, lunch for ants? What the fuck is this? I'm going to need way more of this.
It's that time of year. If you can't mark up the prices now, man, you're in the wrong business. Come on.
So tell me, so are they spending money in Vegas or what?
More money than you would think. We went there the day after Christmas, wanted to go to the Sphere, wanted to check out the Wizard of Oz. It just because you kind of have to. It was freaking awesome. Like.
So hold on. So the Wizard of Oz, like the musical?
No. Oh my God! It's holy crap! No Wicked, no Ariana Grande.
The movie, man.
Original movie.
You watched the movie at the Sphere?
At the Sphere, they reconfigured the whole thing for the Sphere, so you're like in the tornado. Yeah,
Wow.
It's my degenerate buddies, of which I was like one up until surprisingly recently. They're just like, you have to do drugs before you go, which I'm not gonna lie, probably would have made the experience even more mind blowing. But I mean, I'm with my kids.
What kind of drugs should one be doing before?
Hallucinogenics were what were recommended to me. Again, I'm just not the expert I once was when I was younger and a little more reckless, and I was there with kids. But my mind was blown completely sober, which is so give it high marks. I mean, it's you're immersed right there with Dorothy and the tornado, and they're blowing things at you, and the Tin Man's there. It's a little creepy because they had to stretch it out, and so you have a lot of kind of the little people who are just sort of standing off stage, and they just kind of didn't know what to do with them. But overall, 5 thumbs up, and people were spending money like crazy. Every place was really crowded. I was kind of hoping that it's not normally a Christmas town. It's a New Year's town. It'll be popping tonight. But yeah, the bet was that Christmas would be a little slow. Christmas is no longer slow in Vegas. So rumors of the death of Vegas have been greatly exaggerated, at least for this holiday season.
Yeah, Poconos is slammed, but this is pretty standard for this time of year. Kids are off and stuff like that. So all the restaurants are like crazy packed.
It finally snowed out here. I don't even think you can get in out here. They didn't have any.
And we're close to New York City, so it's kind of cheating, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's an easy draw. It's an easy crowd. So yeah, fired up to go over some winners and losers of the years. It was basically like a 2-trade year. If you bought the day after Liberation Day, you made a ton of money. If you bought at the beginning of
what day was Liberation Day?
Liberation Day was April 2nd. It was after hours, and it came out with a piece of tag board, and he's like, zillion% tariffs on everybody. It was a grim couple of days. But if you just would have shut up and bought basically the mall, if you would have said, you know what, I'm calling bullshit. I think people are going to go to the mall no matter what, you're up 75%. But just like that, just boom. Another day, if you would have bought the week before Thanksgiving, we were talking on this very program the week before Thanksgiving about how everyone bets against Santa. They're out of their effing minds. It's like betting on the Washington Generals against the Globetrotters back in the day. It's just you're handing me free money. It's just I feel like the Generals are due. No.
Explain to the kids who the Washington Generals are, Jeff. I don't think they know what you're talking about.
They're the dupes for the Harlem Globetrotters. They would come out and it was a big show. You take the kids and they would lose by like 30 points to the Globetrotters game after game, and they toured the country. It was a fabulous show. It was pre kind of mainstream NBA. My point being, it's betting on the little guy in WrestleMania. It's a squash match. It's a rigged game. Every Christmas is the biggest Christmas ever, is my point. Santa shows up every damn year. If you would have bought, again, just mall stocks, just, what, I'm going to buy some Victoria. I'm just going to buy stuff that you sell at the mall. You're up 30% for just free money. And so you paid for instance, hypothetically, a weekend in Las Vegas and going to the Sphere. Paid for it rather handsomely, and you still had some money left over for, however you wanted to enjoy that particular experience. So, it's been just a couple trades, kind of, you could lock it in this year.
Throw them up there. Throw them up there. Let's walk through these. And then I want to talk about the winners and the losers, and I want to bring Strazza in. Strazza's got some questions for you. Let's talk about the winners and the losers.
You got the charts there, Spencer. Lululemon was that's the Peloton one. You got to scroll down for the
no.
That's we're helping out.
Do you slide? Yeah, do you slide like 19 break or 20?
We're just doing random ones. There you go. Dollar stores. Dollar stores were the winners of the year. This is just Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Five Below, TJX, Walmart. Your basic discount store, 61% for the year. Just huge, and they tacked it on. This has probably been the trade that really, they outperformed going into Liberation Day, into the huge tariffs. After that, they accelerated. They never really looked back, and it's just been a murder pit for everyone that tried to ride it out on the short side or bet against these things. It's over the last month and a half or so. You can see, it was a great year for Santa, but man, people went shopping at Walmart. People kind of shopped across the board, but they really wanted a deal. And, another thing that people always want, everyone likes a bargain pretty much all the time. But this was a particularly robust year for, again, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Five Below, TJX, Walmart, not a fancy name in the box. and 61%. So that's pretty fancy return for buying kind of boring, huge companies.
And like my wife goes to the dollar. Is it the dollar store? Or does she go to Dollar Tree? Is there a dollar store? Because she calls it the dollar.
Dollar Tree. Yeah, it's the Dollar Pub, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. They both were off the charts this year. She probably goes to Dollar Tree. You know, I mean, it's.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Dollar Tree.
They have the rap as just kind of a really kind of dumpy store, and for a while they were, but they invested in the stores and they cleaned it up. And it's like my old man said, rich people love a good bargain. People that are well-to-do, they love a good bargain. What they hate is a dirty store. What they hate is being insulted with just kind of this place is filthy and they don't respect the customer. They won't buy anything there. But if you make a nice, clean store that's real close by, they're going to pick up their groceries. Your wife will have no problem. That's really what broke through for Walmart this year. It's an expensive stock, but they did two things. They stayed on top of the tech, and their stores have never looked cleaner. They've never looked better. And people love a bargain. Rich people, poor people, everyone likes to pay a little less for something that's, particularly like kids' clothes. You guys are parents of young people. It's even my son's outgrowing clothes, and he's freaking 20 years old. He's 6'4" all of a sudden. What the hell is that? But but for young kids that outgrow stuff every 3-4 weeks, that's a fantastic place to shop. You go to Walmart, you pay $6 for a little kid t-shirt. He's going to wear it for 2 weeks anyway, because it's going to be stretching thin by the time he's, in his next semester at school. So, it's a great place to shop.
What about the department?
It's Dollar Tree, by the way, the one that my wife goes to. I just looked it up.
Yeah, it's nice. The department stores had a huge year, Spencer. It's Kohl's went from honest to God liquidity trouble, like kind of knocking on heaven's door, to a huge comeback. But Dillard's continues to be one of the great super thinly. There's the rally I was talking about in the mall stock since 1 week before Thanksgiving. Talk about just free money every single year. This year was better than ever. And those are just kind of your basic kind of everyone betting against the Black Friday, everyone betting against Christmas, everyone betting against just kind of sanity. And we're Americans. What we do is really well is shop. Macy's, Kohl's, Dillard's. I own a couple of them. I don't own Kohl's. They're a Wisconsin outfit. I like to bet against the Packers and Kohl's in general. But Dillard's and Macy's, no one's betting on department stores. No one thinks of the future. No one believes them at all. But they're liquid, and the stocks are still pretty cheap, and they have a place in society. What Black Friday told you, shopping is really kind of social. It's a thing where people like to go out and they like to see what other folks are wearing. There's no economic kind of rational case to be made for standing in line for a cup of $15 coffee. But if you go to a mall on Black Friday, that's what people are doing every single year. It's a social experience, and that's really kind of the only reason that these shopping malls exist. I tell you, who's making a ton of money, and they're not on the chart, are the Nordstrom family. That family's been trying to go private for years. They finally got it done this year, and by all accounts, had a tremendous Christmas. It's just a really nice business that, are they a growth outfit? No. You can't own Macy's when it's 30 times earnings, but you can certainly own it when it's 10.
Let's talk about just retail in general. You got a nice chart here. So this is the top 10. You got American Eagle Outfitters, Aritzia, Amazon, Ulta Beauty, Gap, Urban Outfitters, Abercrombie & Fitch, Victoria's Secret, Lululemon, and Dutch Brothers.
These are 10 stocks that I buy. It's the first column I do. It's going to be
Go to
the
the
first
next
column
one.
I write for the new year, JC, and it's the one after this, Spence. It's the starting 10 or 10 stocks. Pop it up. It's basically just 10 stocks that I buy for my kids every year, and that you just kind of throw into a bucket, and you're just going to ride it out and own it. 10 to hold all year. We had a nice year. We outperformed. These are names that I don't trade. I run for my kids, trying to just kind of teach them, the lessons never end around the house. But for the most part, I want them to be buying and holding and stuff because they're doing other things. My kid's at the Naval Academy, he's not going to be day trading just a little bit, but it's for the most part, these are the stocks that you kind of buy and hold. And I pick 10 of them every year. We're going to have probably 6 replacements this year around. But
what broker are they using?
Using?
What broker do they use?
The Robin Hooders, which is nice, because they're kids, they're young folks. I like to stick them with their demographic.
It's easy. It's easy to use. I don't have any problem with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. We got Steve Strazza in the house, Jeff Macke, who specifically requested that you come. He's got an important question for you.
I almost called him. He's going to call you, Jeff.
He was partying in Vegas, not doing any drugs.
Oddly enough, that is true. But you're always allowed to call. I'd be happy to hear from you. So what's up?
Well, first of all, shout out Victoria's Secret. Don't call it a comeback. I haven't looked at that chart in a while. Wow.
Right? Just huge. And you could see it coming. I mean, that went from 42 to 14 to mid 50s where it is now.
Yeah.
Do I love it here? It just screams people that have bet against them in short. So, it could consolidate a little bit, but still just not really expensive. We heard that from American Eagle. I made a lot about the denim comeback, which was a huge trade for us. But the subtext of the denim when American Eagle came out, which was before Victoria's Secret's reported, they said, you know what? We're selling underwear like crazy. Like they actually sold out all the Sydney Sweeney stuff that everyone was talking about. No one could shut up about it. They didn't buy enough of it. But what they did do was they sold a ton of underwear at Aerie. And they told you that. And then Victoria's Secret came out days later and people acted like it was just this brand new idea. And they took
American Eagle
20%.
But they have a big underwear business too, American Eagle.
Yeah, Aerie is a huge part of it. It's called Aerie. And again, the lunacy of the idea that the consumer is going to be so strapped that women were going to stop buying underwear.
Wasn't there something about Hanes brands back in the day? Like where that, I don't know. Didn't somebody famous say that? Like just buy the underwear company. It's recession proof. No?
I'm sure it's been said. It was a great insight. These aren't companies that people talk about a lot. And normally there's good reasons for it. Again, American, you don't fall in love in specialty. Really, the truth is that it's a little bit of a zero-sum game. And so Lulu, which has been one of the losers of the year, I think that they can probably get some share back next year. But, the truth is that denim had a huge year. Denim's a 150-year-old textile. Levi Strauss was wearing it and stuff. So it usually sells her out with growth of kind of the human population. It grew at 6% this year instead of 4%. That led to just huge years. For Gap had a huge year. American Eagle from the lows had absolutely a stunning year that you could see that I wrote about when it happened. I literally got off my Peloton bike. I was riding my Peloton and I saw the Sydney Sweeney ad. I got off the bike and I just bought the stock. Not because it was saucy or controversial. That was all just a bonus time, but because it was a good ad. And it harkened back. It was well filmed. It was well shot. It looked cool. And it was amazing. And
so 4,400 rides in the last 5 years.
That's yeah. I know. Wow. I do a lot of Peloton riding. I do. I'm a power user. I did 52 minutes a day this year.
Thinking about it.
You get used to that. You don't sit on the bike on either. If your testicles or your ass hurt, you probably need to adjust your seat a little bit.
Damn.
But yeah, so this is since April 20th. I actually ran the numbers just because I was sort of curious, and I've loaded them into ChatGPT, who's now my personal trainer. I spend a lot of time on the bike. It's how I stay fit.
So the bike tracks this for you, or is it's done on like an Apple Watch, or it's right on the screen?
The bike tracks it for you, and you hook up your Apple Watch, it connects to it, and that's your heart monitor. And there's a lot of ways
you can log in. Like if
you
go to a hotel and they have a Peloton, you could log into your account.
Yeah, the company's finally gotten good enough that they're actually putting it in the hotel gym. And so it's a nice, it makes the hotel gym useful. Usually hotel gyms are kind of a loss leader at most places. It's just kind of the crappiest room in the hotel. They turn into a gym. If there's a Peloton in there, it's more immersive and it's just a better experience. Now, the thing about that makes the company itself so sticky is they got my stats. I'm captive. It's $50 a month, but like if I want to monitor my fitness, which truthfully, if you don't want to monitor your fitness, like what are you doing in the gym? Like it's you're probably hiding from something. So I kind of like having all the stats, and you can kind of look at when you're ebbing and flowing. The end of the year, it's time for dry January. All of us are ebbing a little bit fitness wise. So I'm gearing up.
I just thought that a Peloton. I have some Bowflex machine outside, but I don't even know how it works. It's old. It does have a screen, but it might not even work. I'm thinking that the Peloton, because of all these things that you're saying, and very user-friendly, it seems to me, will give me the best chance at not giving up on my New Year's resolution 1 week into the new year.
It's a little OCD the way I use it. I'm not going to deny that, but it really will. It gives you the biggest variety. And what they're selling there is they're compiling your stats. You can use it a lot of different ways. You don't have to take all the goofy classes if you're not in the mood. I usually watch Netflix while I'm just kind of pedaling away. unless it's like a really intense music-based class. But you can get on it. It's not going to hurt you. It's a really durable machine. They just upgraded them. There are a few different varieties, but it's kind of it works for me, and I think it will work for anyone that's really kind of committed to it.
How heavy are they? Can you move them around easily?
You can roll them around a little bit, but they're formidable. You don't want to buy the light bike because that's going to rattle apart. You want to get yourself a nice stable piece of machinery. The differences that they have are going to be the screens, but it's a pretty chonky thing. Now, it's not huge. You can roll it around, you can move it, but you want it to be two things. You want it to be stable and you don't want it to fall apart. And so, I understand they're on the market. So I kind of ran through it. This is the top of the line that they got, 1950.
Yeah.
Don't buy, you don't really need that.
Do you get Amazon, you get the used one though?
Hold on.
Nah.
So this $95.
What's that? This is the bike you need to buy. This is what you need to buy, because this gives you the shoes. This gives you the brand new bike. It gives you the screen. Gives you weight.
You gotta wear special shoes.
You want to wear special shoes. You don't want to wear those little cage things. JC, I'm telling you, baby.
You have to wear those tight like nut hugger shorts too, or no?
Well, I can pull them off, man. I don't know. I guess you don't have to, but
that's
you're the one complaining about your ass.
I got a big Cuban booty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to wear the nut hugger pants, to be honest.
Really?
Those aren't just those aren't just kind of the weirdos that are out you see cycling out there.
Dude, if I walk downstairs in nut huggers and those Peloton shoes, I think my wife's gonna leave me.
You know what? No, she won't, because your quads are going to be looking good, man. I've got veiny thighs. I've got veiny thighs. It's just kind of freaky. I'm not going to lie. It's a little weird.
You got veiny thighs? Are you shaving your legs, Jeff?
No, God, no.
Oh, okay.
God, no. Let's not get weird. But it's just, if you ride for 4,000 times in 3 years, that's how you're going to get an outcome there. It's going to tighten up your booty. She'll make fun of you at first, and then she'll be like, "Looking good there, honey." And you're like,
"Good for you, Jeff. Seriously, good for you, man."
Tighten up that booty.
Thank you. Yeah, and you can get they just redid the bikes. The screen's better now. It's worth the $1,600 because you want a piece of machinery that you're committed to a little bit. You can get the refurbished ones; they're not that different. But it's when I buy again, I'll definitely will. When you can get that for $700 to start.
As a pony up and get a new one.
Yeah, no, you get the new one. These are $14.45 on Amazon right now, delivered tomorrow. So pretty good, right?
You can get a Peloton on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you can get it with Dick's. It's such a better company than they were before. They used to sell me free ones just because I ride a lot and tweeted about it. And I didn't really know why they sold me, because I didn't want to push them on it, because obviously it made no financial sense for them to be doing that. But every few months I'd just be like, there's a little thing that's a little squeaky. And they'd be like, "Oh, Mr. Macke, we'll have someone call you back." And they'd send me a bike. It was nice. But now, it's a much smarter company now, which means they're not sending me free bikes, but I don't really need them because they're a pretty good product.
You never thought you'd be a Peloton influencer, did you, Jeff?
It's not a goal that I set out. I'm an ambitious guy, but that was not one of the ambitions that I actually set out to have.
Jeff, going in last day of the year, I don't know if you heard today, Jeff, but going into next year, which I think it's fair to start thinking about next year.
Wait, today's the last day of the year?
Consumer stock.
What's a good consumer stock? Aritzia, the Canadian operator. They've got more runway, baby. They had a huge year this year, but you want to own these when they're hot. You want to own them when their numbers look like a software company, and that means that their margins are huge, that their growth is explosive. Their same store sales, they comped at 28% last quarter. That's when you want to own them. That's not one that I necessarily want to chuck in the box for an entire year, because they get too hot and then you have a little Lululemon digestion situation. But if you walk into an office right now and you look around at kind of well-dressed, well-appointed banking type of young professional women, they're going to be wearing Aritzia, like something on their body. It's at least 20%, 30% of them will be wearing Aritzia. We talk about it all the time, JC. If you see kind of enough of a certain class of people wearing items, that's a company you want to own. Because
I don't look at other women, Jeff. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Well, hypothetically, if you stumble across one and you talk to them and you have reason to, you can glance away and you can say, have you ever been to Aritzia? And the answer is going to be yes.
Okay. Nice. All right. They got one on Fifth Avenue, right?
Yeah, it's a really nice store, right? And you know what else they got? they got the little place for husbands to hang out. They got big cushy couches and Wi-Fi, which is
Smart.
just genius. Totally smart. So you just see kind of these sad looking husbands just kind of, talk about people that aren't looking at each other. It's like, are you following your wife?
Dude, at the American Girl doll, they have a Hot Wheels section underneath for the boys. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, that is really smart.
Great.
Now that's a place that I haven't been. I can do.
Dude, go to the American Girl doll.
I'm
telling you,
Jeff,
go to the American Girl doll. You don't need to buy a doll, but go downstairs and go to the Hot Wheels section. They have a whole wall with all the Hot Wheels. Dude, it's sick. You'd love it.
I probably actually would embarrass
I'm saying.
All right, man. Good time. Anyway, Strazza, get yourself the high end. You don't need the super deluxe. Get the bike with you want the clip-on pedals and you want the padded shorts because there's a butt learning curve that you're not going to want to have to go through that.
I've heard about this. Yeah,
the butt learning curve. I like.
I'm gonna let you know how I make out. This is great.
All right, buddy. I'll see you on the leaderboard.
Appreciate you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, boys.
Bye, Jeff. That's great.
Dude, Strazza, don't be tweeting out pictures of you in your little shorts. Nobody wants to see that. All right.
No, people like it when I tweet my legs.
No, I don't think so. Don't do that. That's a
Plenty
bear
of
market shit right there.
No, it's not. Look, I also bought some Ulta the other day, breaking out a big old base here. This is one of those stocks that's been so good for a long time. Rose came back with a giant bag from this place around Christmas. I'm like, what even goes on in there? She told me all about it. I said, all right. Good chart. That's all I need to know. A little boots on the ground, a little breakout.
We got Jack Duke telling me that in early 2023 I was calling for a recession. So
bullshit, Jack.
Somebody must be new around here. First of all, recessions are a choice. So I would never call for somebody else's recession. I really don't give a shit about other people's economies. I care about my own. So that's not anything I would ever say. That's number one. Number two, was there anybody more bullish going into 2023 than me?
I remember it. I remember it well. We were talking about bottoms, not tops in recessions back then.
Dude, the market bottomed in June of 22. So by the time January of 23 came around, things were already heading straight up.
Yep.
So Jack Duke, you suck. Do better.
You've been talking about it the whole back half of 22.
I counted. Imagine. Just all you got to do is count.
Oh, we had some good breath off the lows, international leadership. Remember that?
Rotation. What happened in January of 23? Tech money rotated into tech because it hadn't up until that point. It was going into everything else.
Yeah, first quarter of 2022 or the fourth quarter of 2022, the Dow was like straight line higher. Cool, man. All right, great. Really good stuff.
ASC calendar dropping soon. Is that like the Hooters calendar for math nerds?
What's Hooters
calendar? Do they still do a Hooters calendar?
I'm sure you could find them.
I don't think so. I think they got Me Too. They got canceled years ago.
Yeah, they can't do calendars.
Bunch of communist bastards. They should be doing. I used to have the Hooters calendar up on my wall every year. My father would buy it for me. Good man, my father. Good man.
That is. It's good dad. Really good
we
dad.
will take the appropriate photographs in Miami for the All-Star Trust.
Oh, we're doing a photo shoot of Strazza's ass?
Maybe.
How appropriate.
Maybe.
Gross.
All right. Enough about that. Let's wrap this up. We have Riley here. Riley is also looking ahead to next year, and he has a few charts for us. But I don't give away the farm, Riley, because I know you have your shows tonight as well. I don't want you to give away everything, but maybe
nighttime, new night show.
Couple of things.
The night show.
On Riley's radar right now.
Riley, can we get a quad? Can we get a quad shot? Bring on Strazza. Can we get a little New Year's Eve quad?
The quad box?
The quad box action. There it is. There it is. Happy New Year, everybody. Woo!
Happy New Year. You guys see this on this morning? Hot dang.
You like it?
Dude,
that's the ONDS.
Riley loves this stock.
ONDS.
Yeah,
these guys are at the heart of the aerial economy, right?
They make bobbleheads?
Something like that. Something like that. This morning, they put out a new press release announcing a new $10 million purchase order for its autonomous systems portfolio, right? And the stock was up 6.5% yesterday, up another 5% today.
Looks good.
Great way to end the year. I must say that.
It's showing leadership in the speculative growth space too. I mean, short-term, intermediate-term leadership there.
Of course. But I also want to talk about Tesla. Steve, I know you purchased a Tesla recently. Did you see the end of year highlights from Tesla?
Dude,
yesterday?
I haven't even done like my new car steps. I have like 8 prompts on my phone to fill out. I haven't connected my phone. I tried the full self-driving for the first time yesterday, and that was sick.
Was it?
Yeah. But no, I have to like, I got the garage door opener. You know about that? How it like knows and opens and closes your garage for you. I got to take it back in. They got to do something to it for that, I guess. So I'm learning. I'm slow. I'm getting there.
I understand. I did receive that new minimal phone. Unlike you, I haven't.
That again.
I haven't ported my number over.
You can.
They make it so hard to leave Apple. I gotta say, Apple makes it almost impossible to get rid of their.
That's amazing.
Tesla's about to close the quarter at the highest level ever for the second consecutive quarter.
So let's pull up slide 7. I want us to review what Tesla did, right? Let's just take a little zoom out, if you could, please.
As far as I can see, it's not closing the quarter at new highs.
Well, let's just.
I would count again.
Let's just put price aside.
I don't have to count anything. When you talk about new highs, we talk about them on a daily basis. Not closing the quarter at new highs. It's been down for 3 days.
Tesla's closing the quarter at a new high.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
ladies.
anything can happen.
All right, ladies.
For another 6 hours.
Let's take a look at these highlights because this is, I think, what really matters. Steve is, getting nitpicky over here, but
FSD means full self-driving.
Yes.
I don't know who's Optimus.
That is their robot. They're humanoid.
Grok. I like Grok. Grok's funny.
Yeah, Grok will be in the Optimus humanoid, of course. They have a diner, right? Model Y is the best-selling vehicle in the world. Robotaxi network in Austin and San Francisco. Autonomous car delivery. I don't know if you got your car delivered to you autonomously, Steve, but
someone
That's
drove
pretty
it.
Cool.
Someone drove it? Dude, you should have got mad at them and yelled at them to
what's up with that?
Itself.
But apparently you can click a button, like, and when you're walking out of the grocery store, it'll come pick you up.
Yeah. Dude, it's so insane. It's so insane. Started Cybercab production, and then Elon tweeted yesterday that they anticipate production to ramp in April. So there's a lot of interesting things here. And I want us to take a look at one other chart. Slide 8. Because I was looking into the financials a little bit. Not something I typically do. Steve, you can call me out if I'm wrong anywhere here. But this is Tesla's energy generation and storage segment.
That's great.
They saw 67% year-over-year growth, eclipsing $10 billion. Right? Yeah. This is nowhere near what the figure is for their automobile segment. But this is pretty fascinating. We've talked about this surge in electrical trend, building out data centers. This is going to be a fascinating segment to watch for Tesla, I think, in the coming quarters. If they can continue to post this growth, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, this is not nothing for them either. I'm seeing about $100 billion annual revenue. So this already, 10% of what they do, and if it's growing that quickly, it could be 20% soon.
Is it irresponsible to call Tesla a car company?
100%. 100%.
Why are all these people so obsessed with trying to make it a car company? Is it just like, bearish, like
they just don't
bears?
I think they just don't know any better, and I think Elon just gets a lot of hate because he's worth like $700 billion. So a lot of people
not bad.
They
Where
just
you
don't
at,
like
Warren Buffett? Where you at? I'm just kidding.
Seriously.
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Seriously though, no, but I mean, I think they just kind of get stuck in the dogma. But you look across his entire ecosystem of companies that he's built, it's fascinating. I just saw too the Boring Company, so they have their tunnel in Las Vegas. They just started doing rides out of the airport in Vegas. their tunnel. So I think 2026 will be a really enlightening year as far as how Elon's ecosystem kind of incorporates itself and works together, because they really do just build on top of each other.
Long term, also, you know, the cars still make up 75% of their revenues, and that's obviously always going to be a big deal. We've been saying for years on this show, Tesla is valued differently from the other Mag 7s, right? Literally, we would say, like, Tesla is valued as if everybody's only going to drive a Tesla in the future. And I could see that now as a possibility, having one for just a day. I could see how we get there, like in 5 years, right? He's trying to build a value proposition for the customer where you would have to be crazy not to get his product, right? And that's powerful. That's what we saw with the iPhone and other products, Microsoft Windows, that have just dominated.
But here's the crazy thing, Steve. He's not even forcing people to get his product, right? Because when the robotaxi network stands up, everybody will just be able to tap into it. So if you're sitting at home, you know you're not going anywhere the rest of the day, you could just throw your car onto the network, right? You're just adding another node onto the network.
Riley, nobody's gonna fucking do that. You have to understand. I don't.
You're not gonna do it.
Like fat fuck sitting in my brand new Tesla, and then so it comes back to me when I use it. It's disgusting and smells like fast food. Nobody's gonna do that. I think this thing is overblown.
I think people will do that.
People will do it.
I agree that I wouldn't want to do that.
Dude, a lot of people are going to feel like us and not want to do it.
I left a bag of onions in the car the other day. I've been hearing about it from my wife for like a week.
But personally, never want to Airbnb a home, right? Personally, I have no intention of Airbnb a house.
Yeah, you end up doing it though.
People still do it. I mean, somebody out there is going to get a bright idea where they're going to go take on a bunch of auto loans and go buy these Teslas and thinking they're going to make money. Like,
they're going to make it like a REIT. It's going to be like a REIT of the driving cars, right?
That's what we need.
What could go wrong? And then there'll be like leveraged vehicles for those like car driving REITs.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
That's really the ultimate question there. Pull up Reddit though. I want us to take a look at this Reddit as well, and then
while we pull up that chart, I just want to reiterate. I see Elon getting some hate on the chat from angry people. It's a CEO's job to make money for shareholders, and no CEO ever has made more money faster ever in American history than Elon Musk. So you don't have to like the guy, but there's nobody better. So shout out Elon Musk.
I like this next one. This is an AI story in a big way, right, Riley?
Mm-hmm. Big AI story because they got that big fat deal with Google.
Well, and explain. What's the deal there?
I mean, Google's using their data to help train their models, right?
So Gemini is sourcing a lot from Reddit.
Correct.
If I recall, that big gap down you see in October, that was a headline that Reddit was being used less as a source. Whoever it was, Gemini, ChatGPT, I don't know, but that Reddit was being used less to train these models. That's what that big gap was. So.
Well, we've resolved that gap, right? We filled that gap.
Yeah.
We're looking to press.
How young? What's the age requirement to use Reddit? Like you have to be below a certain age, right?
Reddit's nasty, man.
Below a certain age? No.
You got to be below a certain age to use it. I think like anybody over 30 is too old to use it. Something like that.
I don't think so, man.
No,
I don't think so. I feel like the large demographic of folks that I know that use Reddit are in their mid 30s.
Yeah, they're older.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But they're not using
for me. Am I just too dumb? Maybe
no.
I'm just not smart enough to use it.
Reddit makes Twitter seem tame. Does.
Yeah. No. Twitter's.
How much Reddit are you using, Riley? You seem like a type of guy who uses it quite a bit.
Riley's a freak. He's on Reddit every night.
Dude, Dawson's saying how Reddit is where neurons go to die. I don't even know what a neuron is.
I can't stop laughing
what is a neuron?
when I go on it. Is all
do I have neurons? I got neurons, right?
Sadly, I don't know if you do, JC. The rest of us, maybe.
The one thing I will say about Reddit, right? Like I've worked in different social media networks in the past, and I've seen how these things get developed. I got to say, you got to tip their hat to how they structure the content on the platform. You know, it's the most well organized, but it's the most dysfunctional social media site, I would say.
Is there like a Somali daycare center ETF
Dude.
that we can? They have one of those?
Spencer, how's the last show of the day going?
Shout out Tampon Tim. Winning all day.
And everybody today.
We got one more chart, and then that's all the charts I have. But I want
if you have a pay stub, they don't let you on Reddit. That's hilarious. You need blue hair. Dude, if you have blue hair and you're offended that people treat you like shit, like you're signing up to be treated like an idiot. You look like a fucking idiot. Like, you know what I mean? Blue hair people. What's wrong with these people?
All right, let's go ahead and move on to slide 12, if we could. Let's take a look at Jeff's empire over here. It's a good old Amazon.
Barely the largest component of the consumer discretionary sector. Barely.
Right. So we're talking about Tesla, obviously big holding in consumer discretionary. Amazon, another large holding there. If you got to think, if Tesla wants to resolve higher, Amazon's going to be playing catch up, going with it. These guys probably have the largest industrial robotics fleet in the world. They're doing drone deliveries down in Texas.
Tell the stock market. What's going on with this one?
Dude, massive underperformance out of consumer discretionary in general. Is Tesla going to take over and become the largest consumer discretionary stock?
Probably. They're probably going to be the largest. They're probably going to be the largest company in the world, if I had to guess.
I mean, that's what I've been saying. People think I'm crazy. People are like, "Oh, you just love Elon Musk." I've never met the guy. I don't know anything about him. I never met the guy. All I know is that he makes shareholders money.
He's just a little different than all of us, I think. You know.
Yeah. So
what gets him out of bed in the morning is very
wait. Going back to the Amazon for a second.
Like, I'm not his kid. He's not my father. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? That's his family's problem, right? I'm here to make money in the market.
Riley, can we all chill though? I mean, Amazon, so they had 1 year. They had one mediocre year.
No,
right?
It's been a shitty year. Other
all
things
right,
are
they
up
had
a lot.
one shitty year. I think that's allowed. Right?
I think so.
Well, you know, we have standards here. Maybe you just have a extra low bar. I don't know what to tell you. We got to drop some wops on this thing though, Riley, because
drop some wops.
If you drop one from the pivot high here and then also the April low, you got a nice little VWAP pinch situation setting up that we're coiling in right now. 220, 230 range. That's where you're going to get your next move in either direction, I think.
100%. 100%. I think
maybe
though, Spencer,
little VWAP pinch.
There is a little bit of like
little
recency bias because really since 2020, Amazon hasn't done anything crazy, right?
That's fair.
It digested, and then 2022, 2020, early 23 was not a fun year. We rebounded in late 23, 24, but like all things being equal, since COVID, we haven't done much.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. This is a one price target hit, Mag 7. When you compare it off of those 2021 peak.
Wow.
One price target hit. If you look at other Mag 7s like NVIDIA, Meta, Google, several price targets hit.
Can you throw up slide 2? Throw up the slide 2 because Strazza was mentioning something. I think it's worth diving into this. The VWAP pinch. Shout out once again to Mr. Brian Shannon. Brian Shannon, so many shout outs today. So many shout outs to B. Shan. Here's that VWAP pinch. Is this what you were describing there, Strazza?
Yeah, I got it from the April lows, but this same thing. It's going to show you the same thing here. So 220, 230, that's really your range. And
you got your anchored VWAP, your anchored volume weighted average price from the highs at the beginning of the year. And then you got the all-time highs a couple of months back. We're right below there. If we take out that anchored VWAP from the all-time highs from a few months ago, look out. Off to the races we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Jeff Bezos from the 305. Shout out Miami.
And you got a lot of nice setups forming in the big cap tech space. I brought one along. Throw up the Microsoft quick because it's really the same conversation. Microsoft completed a little top here not long ago, and it's chopping around right now at a big neckline level, chart on. And you have a big VWAP pinch situation there too. Not as clean, nearly as clean as the one we just discussed.
Roman doesn't like my neckline when I eat too many carbs. No, he says,
but Microsoft can
really-
fail this top jiggy higher here, and this could be just a beautiful entry. Not looking good right now this morning. I jumped it. I'm already in. I'm going to be
Did
in
you
a
say
lot.
jiggy higher?
Yeah, we got a little jiggy higher here because if this thing's 490, it's setting off a squeeze, and I think you're going to get a big move higher fast. The volatility compression is crossing over extreme low levels pretty much on every time frame. So this is the daily and the weekly. Even if you looked at the monthly, you got to go back about 10 years for it to have ever been this tight. And you're getting these crossovers now telling us we're entering a new expansion phase, not just on short-term time frames, but over the longest time frames. And those tend to be some of the best trading setups, period, because you get that multiple time frame alignment resulting in early explosive moves, but also moves that have big runways. So that they're much easier to trade. You can do different things. You don't have to be perfect. So I really like Microsoft. And this is just an illustration of what kind of price action we're seeing just in the mega cap growth space more broadly. There's a lot of this.
Steve, I'm curious, are you one to look to kind of just play every single one of these individually, like on their own as a trade? Or are you looking to build a position around the thesis that, okay, if we think the Mag 7s are going to go, how am I going to juice my exposure? Because for me, like, I only want to be buying Amazon and Tesla. These other names could go, that's great, but like I look at it as an opportunity cost thing where I want to be in the best ones. So are you kind of spreading your bets out across all of them, or how do you play that?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about these stocks with 2 time frames in mind, and I treat them as 2 completely separate positions, right? So I don't try to overthink opportunity cost for my longer term account. I want to own these stocks. I want to own as much of them as I can forever, right? And that's how I feel right now. So I buy dips, I buy them in bear markets, I add to them on breakouts. That's just common stock in a long-term account. I'm getting at least 12 months long-term capital gains treatment, not trading around it. Now, when I see something like this setup, I'm explaining some price action that I'm interested in on much shorter time frames also. So right now, I was loaded up on NVDL last week playing that pop in NVIDIA. I'm loaded up in MSFU right now. I got call options, several different contracts, cross expirations out to February, because I'm trying to trade a short-term wave here, not concerned with the primary trend as much.
I see. I got to give a shout out to Dawson in the chat. He said Amazon introduced a button, get it in 3 hours for $4.99, and I'm physically incapable of not clicking it. Well played, fuckers.
Amazon's amazing. Dude,
Yeah.
you get a Peloton in 24 hours. They deliver it to your door. That's fantastic. I don't want to carry that thing. That's why I asked how heavy it is. These bikes are heavy. You know this? Heavy.
It's called exercise, Strazza. They're supposed to be heavy, bro.
Can you hire people for this?
Yeah, you hire people to lift the weights for you. That's how you get. Yeah, Spencer. What do you say?
Take a pill.
You want to do a final?
Final
recess of the year.
One last recess. Let's do it.
All right, Riley, you first. What do you got?
Well, I want to share how I'm celebrating New Year's Eve. Doing absolutely nothing tonight except for setting up my phone. Right? I got to give you guys an update on this. And then I picked up the book that you guys talked about the last time I was on here. So I'm going to dive into that. And then 5 a.m. hot yoga tomorrow. Starting the year right.
Nice.
It's a good book. I mean, it gets a little weird when he's masturbating on the Upper East Side all the time. Like, that's weird, but like the rest of the book is cool.
What?
You'll see.
What is it?
Read the book. It gets a little weird, but for the most part, it's great.
The White House. Yeah.
We can always skip those parts, right? You rip the pages out, move on.
Yeah. Spencer Israel, what do you got?
Not much. Going to a steakhouse tonight with the fam. It's sort of our New Year's tradition that we do every couple of years, and then got to be home by like 7:30. Throw the kid down, and then I guess watch football. I don't know.
I think you should. Malachi Tony, watch this kid.
Maybe I will.
You should.
Wait, Tony, is he related to Kadarius?
No.
Oh, okay.
Strazza?
I'm going to our friend Aaron's house he's a portfolio accelerator.
Nice.
Actually. Yeah.
How far is that from you?
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a couple towns over in Bonita.
Very cool. I think everybody man, I made prime rib yesterday, dude. It was the best one I've ever made.
Really?
I did the reverse sear, so I left it at 200 slowly, and then I turned that bitch up to 550, seared the crap out of that at the end.
Beautiful.
It was the best I've ever made.
So nice.
The
Sounds
best
delicious.
I've ever made. Prime rib, little sea salt sprinkle to serve. Man, I need to do it more. And I just want to give a shout out to the whole crew here. Spencer Israel, starting with you. Seriously. You know, appreciate all the work that you do. You know, you do a lot for the show and the whole network. Killing it. Steve Strazza putting up a banner year. Hell of a year, Steve Strazza. Great to sit here and argue with you every day.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then everybody in the chat, listen, we have fun. We break balls, you know, but at the end of the day, like, it's all in good fun. We're trying to make money in the market. We did that this year, and we're going to do our very best to do it again next year. That's all it is. That's all it is.
And a special thanks, you know, to our community. It's a beautiful community that we've built, and for all their support.
Yeah.
Totally.
You guys, we wouldn't be here without you guys. You guys are great. Bill, even you too, buddy. You too, Bill. Right?
Bill.
I was about to say, I couldn't have said it better myself, but
even
now
Jack Duke making things up. Love you all. So Dawson in the house, everybody, Katie, all you guys, Billy Cunningham in here all the time. Shout out Rachel, FinTwit Rachel, the whole crew, Phil Perlman. We got the Fonz. We got Rick, Sam, Grant, Jason, Riley, Mackie, the whole crew.
Happy New Year to all. We got a full slate of shows today. We got Kenny going live at 11, Sean live at noon, Jeff Mackey live at 1, and then Riley with the last show of the year.
New show.
How about that? Closing it off with a bang.
Closing it at 5 o'clock today. Looking ahead to your 2026 watch list. Excited to see that. And that's what we got. So everyone, thank you for watching us, whether it's on YouTube, on X, on our site, stockmarkettv.com. We appreciate you all. Happy New Year. We will not see you tomorrow. We will see you on Friday. How about that? We'll see you in the new year.
Go drink French Malbec. French Malbec from Cahors. Okay. French Malbec. They're all drinking the Argentinian Malbec, and that's all right. That's all right. You know that John Blaze. It's all right. It's not John Blaze enough. Like the Malbec, right? Like the Malbec from France. Drink French Malbec. It's where Malbec is from. The Argentinians, they're all right. Drink the French.
You have that with the steak. That's right.
Dude, you don't even need food for French Malbec.
Wow. Okay, great.
The Argentinian stuff, yeah. Get yourself a churrasco. You're good.
Go Canes.
There it is. Go Canes. Let's go, baby. Let's go Canes.
Go Canes.
We got some Canes over here. We got some Canes.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off.